Everyone, welcome to our Rocket Hub webinar. I think this is one of the first webinars or second we are doing in 2024. One was with Charlie last week, and right now we are live with Ben. And a huge welcome to Ben from Medley. I think you have seen the recent Rocket Hub deal. We're still picking up. We are still letting people know. So that's a good thing. So we have received quite a good feedback about Medley, and people are already using it. So welcome, Ben. Thank you so much for taking out time to talk with our community today. It's great having you, and welcome, and thanks for taking out time.
Likewise, thanks for having me on, and yeah, looking forward to answering any and all questions and showing you guys a bit more about the platform.
Perfect. That's amazing. So, Ben, before we get into this, we would like to know from you and how you and Tom and everyone on the team kind of got the idea of mixing or taking a LinkedIn bio tool and kind of making it into a creator commerce ecosystem and making sure people can even literally sell their products or run their whole business from just one link. So can you just let us know about your background, how Mary came into the picture, and how you guys kind of started and where are we right now? That would be amazing to hear from you.
Sure, yeah, absolutely not a problem. So Tom and I, we go quite a way back. We met each other at university. He is a chemical engineer by trade, and I majored in business. Out of university, we're both like big fans of the startup scene. He already has one exit under his belt, a sort of property startup in Poland, which he built and exited. He's got a wealth of experience at other sort of marketplace startups in various industries. And then I've been in sort of data intelligence, cybersecurity, and other sort of software startup environments. And then we came together originally to do a business idea around sort of crowdfunding and democratizing that. Then, after spending about a year on that, there wasn't too much product market fit. The market was a bit flat. And then we sort of wondered where we would take the business. Tom is a creator himself, so he's had a YouTube channel, a newsletter, etc., for quite a while. And one of the biggest things for him is growing these platforms and not spending a lot of money and time in doing so. So, all these subscriptions that you can get from lead gen, shops, automation, email automation, etc. So we sat down and we thought how we can sort of tie these like core growth channels together and then allow sort of creators to put their growth on autopilot, which is sort of where the inspiration for Medley came from.
Awesome. Tell me one thing. How did you came up with this name? Like, it's very unique because startups take a lot of time to name their brands. So, what was your theory behind this?
Yes, so Medley, the inspiration behind that is we wanted something quite approachable, fun, not taking ourselves too seriously. And Medley just means, a lot of different things, a lot of variety, a big mix of everything, which we think obviously the creator economy is just,
Yeah.
a massive amalgamation of different passions and professions coming together and people trying to monetize that. So we think it sort of suited the market we were going into quite well and trying to represent all different types of creators, not just sort of one niche.
Got it. Yeah. So before we get into the software, what do you think about the creator commerce or creator economy in this year? What's going to happen? Like, where is this going? Because we heard that, about TikTok and being banned and stuff like that, and people like not able to find good creators to work with, stuff like that. So how you think about this industry in this year? What's going to happen? Like, just your
So I
views.
think with sort of any nascent market, there's booms and busts, peaks and troughs, different narratives that sort of take traction and people run with. And the one that we're sort of tapping into now is we've had these years of big sort of influencers where the majority of revenue for these creators are coming from brand deals and advertising, but we're seeing a huge sort of pivot away from this because it's unsustainable. Creators can't rely on getting a brand deal or, monetizing their videos to the point where it's sort of profitable and makes sense for them to keep doing so. So creators are increasingly, you're seeing sort of the coach profile, the educator profile, people that are selling digital products all their time. And this is really starting to take a grip. So you've got platforms like Kajabi, Gumroad, Lemon Squeezy, which are starting to really lead the industry in this sense. And we think that market's just going to keep growing. I think, you see coaches everywhere. It's a really big driver for people to monetize their time and content online, and I think it accounts for something like 1% of total revenue in the creator economy. So there's a lot of room for growth, and with the total creator space, I think it's like 20% year on year growth at the minute. So it's still a really healthy industry in terms of growth. But yeah, there's definite sort of smaller verticals within that which are going to see a lot higher growth in the next sort of 5 to 10 years.
Got it. That's awesome. All right, so let's show people what Medley can do. If you can share your screen, show them inside, and let's kind of get into the main meat, so people can also see like how you can make it happen.
Yes, let me see if this works. Apologies. Oh, that's my desktop. Very good. Right, let me try again.
Sure.
Okay, so you should be able to see uh, the
Yes.
my browser.
Yep. Yes, we can see it.
Perfect. Okay, so this is essentially, I'll take you through the onboarding quickly. So we've tried to make onboarding at Medley as frictionless as possible. So when you come in after buying through Rocket Hub, you will get essentially your email activation. You'll come in, you'll put your URL claim, and then sign up with your Apple or Google accounts, and then you'll begin the Medley onboarding. So the first bit you need to do is put out your bio and then pick an avatar. So I think just for the purpose of this, I'm going to copy Easlo, which I'm sure many of you guys are familiar with. He's a productivity and Notion creator, does a lot of templates. And then here is a chance for you to link all of your social accounts that you have. And then you'll see why this will basically populate your missions on Medley for your audience to complete. So just put in anything that you've got. Okay, there might be some validation around that, which we can fix. But yeah, basically populating this at this stage will give you the best sort of experience on the Medley platform. Here you can sort of see the basic use case, which is audiences coming on, clicking your missions, and then earning some loyalty points. So we run a loyalty scheme for every creator. You can customize it, call it what you want. And this is essentially what your audience are going to be earning when they complete the missions. And you can brand it up however you wish. And these are what they sort of redeem against your freebies or your lead magnets. So instead of just giving you an email and you sending something to their inbox, we're sort of gamifying it. We're doing it omni-channel. And then this is where you will add your freebies or your paid products later on. But here's just an example of a freebie. So we can do a productivity freebie. And then you choose your image. So this would be your sort of thumbnail on your shop on Medley. And then you can either upload your file to direct download, or you can send them to a URL where they can download it or whatever it is that they need to do. It should be pretty straightforward.
Got it. So it's good that we are allowing people to kind of add their products right on the onboarding. So that
Yes.
when they just get in, they can start promoting stuff and not wait for setup to compete. So that's good.
Yeah, this was one of the biggest sort of areas of feedback we had on the sort of first internal LTD we did and the sort of alpha group that we ran, is that because it's kind of a new concept, this loyalty scheme, completing the missions, the onboarding could be better. So we spent a few weeks thinking about the flow and how we can make it as easy for creators as possible. So you can see here, everything that we filled in earlier is now on the preview, and you can see that your Medley profile is taking shape. At the minute, theming is fairly basic. So all you need to do is you can either use the color picker, or you can pick one of the three primary colors here, and then light and dark mode is currently how you can theme your medley. We have got a new theming upgrade on the way, and for pro or agency tiers, you will be able to use custom CSS and also remove the medley branding, but that will be coming later on. So this is the last step, and then as soon as you've completed this, you will be able to claim your medley.
Awesome.
So yeah, now you can see your preview over here, which will obviously update in real time. This is your store. So this is where you can add products, digital products and voucher codes at the minute, but we will be sort of integrating with Shopify, Printful, to allow for physical stuff, and then also Web3 integrations for NFTs, tokens, etc. And the
Got it.
way you sort of do this is very similar to the onboarding. You can choose an image. It's not the right size, but you can put your thumbnail here, and then it's sort of a Notion-y type experience here. So you have your blocks, and you can create new blocks, and then we can put in maybe an image instead. You can upload your own. You can use Unsplash, or you can use GIFs. So we could say productivity, for example, and then that looks like it'll work. And you can just put, all your things around your shop items for people to buy, and you can change the call to action as well. So yeah, there's a few things you can do here. Again, we're making this better with sort of rich data, carousels, reviews from the likes of Senja, hopefully, integrating them into Medley. And then here is where you choose the crucial bit. So is it going to be redeemable by loyalty points, or is it going to be a paid item? So when you choose paid, currently we use Stripe, which a creator can set up here. It takes about 60 seconds to do the entire flow. But if you're using loyalty points, you simply just say, 150 loyalty points. If you want to make sure there's certain conditions, like they have completed the subscription to your mailing list or followed you on Instagram, or you want two of them, and you can change it, and or you can set conditions here as well, which is really good if you're trying to drive growth to specific platforms. Then yeah, same again. You can just do the URL, and then give a success message. And then when you've published, please edit the placeholder text. Oh, sorry. So yeah, you just need to change this. There we go. Nice to be.
Yeah, I think that's a good message. It tells you that you need to have your own stuff.
Yes. Okay. I think it might be a
I think
bit
you
of a
need to
bug.
change your text to go to demo.
Oh, right. Okay. That would make sense. Apologies. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, once you've changed all the placeholder, you'll be able to do this. And now you can see we've got the two freebies, one for 150 points, one for 300. Now, when you set it live, you can copy your URL, and this is what your audience see. So this is mobile optimized. It looks very clean on a mobile, and then on desktop, this is the sort of view that you get. And if I haven't registered to Medley yet, I can just start earning rewards by putting my email in here and creating an account. which do you
And
want me to show
so,
you this
so
or?
this thing, right? So, for example, when you clicked on this link, the medley, which let's say if I am a third person, right, and I'm not aware the link you sent, so will I get this prompt to sign up? So then I become your email subscriber, right? Then I'm in your community if I just sign up for
Yes.
this.
Well,
Correct.
so this sign up is for Medley itself. So if a
Correct.
user is on someone else, another creator's Medley, they won't need to do this every time. So this is just a one-time thing.
Got
So
it.
if they're already on Medley as a platform, they won't even need to do this. They will just be able to engage straight away with your
Makes
platform
sense.
without
Makes
signing
sense.
up. And then in terms of sort of flow, you can share, you know, these freebies under your YouTube videos or whatever platform it may be, and straight away the user will see this sort of demo, this downloadable template, etc. I think it's just stopped because I'm on this one as well, but they will see this sort of sign up message to claim whatever this is. Uh, in terms of missions, you can see here you can validate subscriptions and follows across Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, your newsletter, Discord, Spotify. We're creating more as well. So this is going to be LinkedIn, Facebook, and a lot of others. This is at the minute manual reviews. However, like I said, we do want to integrate with the likes of maybe Trustpilot, Senja, so you can add these to your products, for example, and do verified product reviews. We also do feedback forms. So you can say, name your form, whatever you want it to make it about. You can earn 100 points and we'll add the first question, multiple choice. Did you buy the Rocket Hub LTD? And then you can add your choices. So then when users fill this out, there you go. When users fill this out, your answers will go into the sidebar here. You can
Mhm.
also drag and drop these missions in terms of what you want people to do in priority. And you can also add links and affiliate links, which is currently under missions, but we will be separating that in future. So it'll just be a link here. And then you can either 0 point it or give them incentives. And you can do all your sort of affiliates, Amazon storefront, anything in here. Appearance.
Got it.
So that, sorry, do you want to see anything else or do you want
Yeah.
to move on?
So what I wanted to say is like in the missions, right? So let's explain to people that whatever missions we have, everything is verifiable, correct? So no one
Yes.
can like say fill it and then you cannot verify it. So everything there you can kind of verify that okay, someone has followed your Instagram, so Medley has the process to capture a screenshot and verify if really someone has followed or they're not gaming the system, right? Because if you're running a giveaway, the last thing you would do is about someone who hasn't done anything, right? So missions
Yes.
actually verifies that. So that's a good thing, and that's like powered by AI, right?
Yes, exactly. So there's a few not link in bio type of platforms, but there are sort of social questing platforms. And when you go to claim points, okay, I haven't signed up, but when you go to claim the points, all it does is basically confirm whether you've clicked through to a profile or not. It doesn't actually validate if you are following, if you have subscribed, if you have completed an action. But every mission which requires an action on Medley, we do validate whether that's using AI or an API. You can be assured that when they earn the points for the mission, that they have completed the task that is required.
Makes sense. Yep. Cool. Before we move to next, let's take up two questions, and then we can go to the next section. Is that fine?
Yeah, sounds good.
Perfect. So one question from Ryan, right? So what other blocks can we have apart from reward blocks? Can we add sliders, embed iframe code, etc.? Or if not right now, when can we do that?
Where what's that in reference to? Sorry.
I think it was related to the blocks. If you remember, we were creating all the, um, in the missions, right? We were creating a link. So we're setting up the link, we were setting up the placeholder text. So where we were adding
Oh,
blocks
yes.
of GIFs
Yes.
and all of that.
Yeah, we will be building this out. It's kind of very basic at the minute, but if you're familiar with Notion, we want to be able to sort of do these drag and drops with more integrations, carousels, video, rich text, etc. This will probably be a Q2. So we've just released this shop update, and then we'll probably do another store update in Q2. So probably March, April, May, I believe.
Got it. Got it. That's awesome. So which means, I mean, this will become a landing page kind of a thing where you can just go and edit and have all of your information and just share with people like you're sharing a link to a landing page. But that's amazing. So there's one other question. I'll take it from Hermes. He says, also, any plan to allow the creators to set their own email or custom SMTP for email sending?
Yes, yeah. So that will all be built in. Essentially, we are going to have this automation platform, and you will be able to use that exactly. So it'll be coming from your email if you, and then we'll also have
Perfect.
CNAME. So your Medley won't have to have medley.gg. It can be whatever website is that you use for your personal. So all of this stuff will be customizable, but at the minute. We're just trying to get the sort of foundation tech out, and then we'll work on the customization.
Makes sense. Okay, one last question and then we'll move to the next. LinkedIn integration is a high priority in missions. So any ETA on that or in your roadmap?
What was I didn't catch the first bit of that, sorry.
The LinkedIn integration.
Uh, I can't
Integration
really.
to LinkedIn.
Oh, right, sorry. Yes, that won't be very far. I think that'll probably be done. Where are we now? 7th of Feb, so probably this month. We're a little
All
bit
right.
behind. We've had some things to catch up on, but yeah, I think LinkedIn and Facebook should probably be February, at least beginning of March.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, that's amazing. I think yeah, these are good questions. We can move forward.
Perfect. With the demo on to the next stage, or?
Yep, let's move to the next stage.
Okay, perfect. So this is your appearance tab. This is where you can change your name, your bio. You can change the design. So at the minute, there's three core layouts. Each of them slightly different. So El Clasico, you can see you've got a header image here, which you can change. And then you've got the you've got the fresh and clean, which is just the simple profile picture, and then you've got big and bold, where you can essentially put like a faded image that is your background, which is also quite a nice one if you've got some good high quality images. And then again, you can change the color here, the color scheme. You can use the color picker to do whatever. Not sure why the preview doesn't change. But yeah, so this is quite a basic appearance thing at the minute. We are working on theming V2. And the reason why we try and keep it quite closed, like similar to like a Mac OS, for example, rather than Windows or Linux, is that there are link in bio alternatives where when you give them complete control, things are very unreadable, and readability is key for us. So we don't want to give too much control to people that may adversely impact their own page and conversion rates. We will obviously release custom CSS for the pro accounts, but we want to try and really make it clear that our focus is on usability. So the readability. So our restrictions at the minute is all around that, making it the highest converting page for the creator. Here you can add your socials. So as we add more platforms, you can put them in here, and then finally you can change the name and logo of your loyalty point. This won't reset anything. It will just change what people see and can claim on your profile. Uh, and then you have this review section. So we kind of starting fresh here. We haven't done too much work on this, but for any sort of manual tasks like forms or reviews, this is where you'll come in, or your teammates will come in, and they can mark the tasks in here, and then you can see the ones that have been marked, and then the forms come directly into here. So you can see we've got one form, but no
So
completions yet.
so this the forms are from the from the missions, right? The feedback form, that's what it is,
Yes.
correct?
Yeah, exactly. So if you have multiple forms, you can come in here and see all the sort of stats and analytics on your forms. Community here, so you'll be able to see your members, when they've joined, how active they are. If they've given you permission to take the email, you'll be able to see their email, and you can download all this data in CSV format, so you can plug it into your newsletter yourselves. Sales, so this is a crucial tab. Obviously, this is so you can monitor all of your revenue. We will be building this out again with sort of more in-depth analytics, cohorts, all this sort of stuff. And then again, as soon as you connect Stripe and you've made a sale, it will be populated here. Analytics is, as you can see, coming soon. We did have a basic analytics product, but we sort of gone back to the drawing board and how we want to visualize it. So that will be probably yeah, either Q2 or Q3. And we'll probably release that with the advanced analytics for the higher tiers as well. But that's essentially the platform, and then the rest is just on the user side, which is completing missions and claiming or purchasing your shop items.
Got it. That's awesome. So Ben, I think let's talk about some use cases of Medley, correct? So for like many individuals, they think that it's just a LinkedIn bio tool, at the first instance when they see it. So number one, how would we differentiate it from, let's say, Switchy or any of those tools which are just like shorteners, and how Medley is useful, right? It's the one which any business needs or every creator needs to kind of make money and stuff like that. So let's make this differentiation clear so people can see through and just keep Medley in the lines of beacons and stand store. So we can just have some use cases built out right now. So what would you think? Are use cases for this?
Sure. So, I mean, the primary use case here is growth. Like we can't emphasize enough that we see this as a growth platform, and whether that is your audience and you're just, making like a growth flywheel to grow it's so say you're big on YouTube, but you want to start a Twitter or a TikTok. You can use Medley to get your YouTube audience over to your TikTok. You can put your freebies in your YouTube videos. They will click through. They will have to follow you on TikTok, and they can download the freebie or whatever it is that you've offered them. So you can grow your audience very specifically. It'll grow your revenues, because as you get users across more touch points, they're at least 5 touch points, they're 83% more likely to become a paid conversion. And we see this as essentially cost saving as well, cost and time saving. So the more we can automate these processes and build out a creative flywheel for you, all you have to do is populate the platform, and Medley does all the legwork for you. You can get rid of, your lead gen subscriptions, your email automation subscriptions, and your commerce subscriptions, and just pay one sort of, well, in this case, a lifetime deal. But for people that do subscriptions, they'll be able to save, a significant amount of money every month, just by using this sort of simple growth stack that is contained within Medley.
Perfect. Yeah. Cool. So I think it's like business in a box, if I would say. Just build out products, sell it from here, and I would even kind of give it as an alternative to Gumroad for some perspective, because what people do at Gumroad is simply they just upload products and they distribute, right? So
Mhm.
eventually, this can even become a Gumroad alternative, right?
Yes,
Um,
exactly. So the three core tenets are the lead gen, which is we're basically calling it lead gen 3.0. You no longer just need to rely on taking people's email addresses. You can get them across all your touch points with Medley and validate it. and then they can redeem the freebie instead of just in their inbox using the points through the Medley platform. The email automation, so you will be able to run funnels off Medley based on platform actions or inactions. So that'll all be automated for you. And then the commerce, which is exactly what you said, the Gumroad, the Lemon Squeezies of the world. Medley also does that as well. And where sort of the Gumroads of the world have taken sort of a lot of external capital, you've seen that they've been raising fees on sales for their creators, and people are very unhappy
Yep.
with it. Yeah, fortunately, we haven't taken that much external capital. We don't have, the drive for profitability that these guys do. So ours is just going to be housed to, these lifetime deals, and then eventually the subscription. There's not ever going to be fees on creator sales.
Makes sense. Awesome. All right. So, to the audience, if you're enjoying this, just type like Medley in the chat box. I would just like to see your energy and the dedication with Ben is developing this product. So we would take these questions, all of your questions right now, just to put all of them in the Q&A box. Before that, we would like to hear from Ben as to what are the next steps in the journey of Medley. Ben, like what's going to happen this year? I know you have all of it mapped out. So what's coming in for the whole 2024? If you can let people know, we can then move to the Q&A.
Sure. So the biggest thing for us this year is we are investing significant resources in, I know it's a buzzword, but building out essentially an AI assistant. And the sort of vision with this is once you've done the original onboarding of Medley and filled in everything that we need to, you can have the AI bot, routinely scrape your website, your socials, etc., and it will optimize your missions for you. It will A/B test the amount of points it gives away, how much it charges for the lead gen materials. If you want it, it will create lead magnets for you, these freebies that you give away. It will do A/B testing on the email automation, and it will write descriptions for your products, etc. So essentially, we want to become like this one-stop, one-click setup essentially for creators, just to put it on autopilot, and then they can focus on the stuff that matters. But yeah, the biggest shipping is going to be this AI assistant, which hopefully we do have a UK government grant coming in for in March.
All right. Well, that's awesome. I think that would be interesting to see how it pans out. Cool. So yeah, people are excited for what you told right now. I think they're already on the bandwagon with you on this. All right. So you're ready for some Q&A? We'll make it quick and kind of, and there's some interesting questions out there. So let's begin. All right.
Sure. Yeah, sounds good.
So there's a question. Yeah, there's a list of questions from Hermes. So he asks. I think he also asked in the Facebook group, but I'm just again taking it here. So he wants to get a better understanding of how the agency plan works. His case is that he has a few clients that he manages their social media profiles for, but as you know, it comes with a shop feature that will integrate with Stripe. So each business needs to have a separate Stripe account, correct? So is Medley going to have a separate Stripe account integration at the profile level instead of the master account level?
Yes, so it will be, again, for tax purposes, separate Stripe accounts per profile. I think we will probably build an option where you can replicate the Stripe account in case you have two of your own brands, they come under the same sort of tax thing. So it'll be up to you to set it up. But yeah, in the first instance, it will be a new Stripe account for every profile.
Perfect. All right. So there's a question from Philip. I currently use another payment platform. Could I link the buy now with an external link to my payment platform?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. You can link it to Gumroad, Lemon Squeezy, whatever. That's not a problem. The only thing is obviously the user experience. They'll be leaving the platform, so there might be an increased drop off. But yeah, absolutely fine.
All right. So okay, so you meant that apart from Stripe, you would be having PayPal, and all of those into your payment methods.
Yeah, the sort of most predominantly used payment methods we will be integrating at the minute is just Stripe, as you can see, but yeah, PayPal, etc. will be added.
Perfect. All right. So is there an integration with Pabbly Connect or Zapier, kind of thing in the roadmap?
So not with Pabbly Connect. There are a few automation tools that we are looking at, the likes of Tines, etc. We just have to make our API public for that, which it isn't at the minute, but eventually it will be, yes.
Got it. All right. There's a question from Superpage. Can we segment and tag community members? It's an important feature to have.
Not yet. The products around this isn't that mature. But yeah, if you give product requests, we always listen to them and then try and work it into our roadmap for sure.
Yeah, I think then this will also have the community aspect to it then, correct? Then you can even say, oh, you can even create a community in Medley itself and
Yes.
engage with people and stuff like that. So then you are replacing or you are becoming an alternative to more community-driven tools, right?
Yes. So
Because, for example,
similar
it will be, yeah, go ahead.
similar to circle.so. I don't know if you guys are familiar with them, but yeah, so we did explore this for a little bit. We have actually built a Discord bot. So I know a lot of gaming communities or creators use Discord. And what the bot can do is it can engage with your users in Discord, it can analyze their responses and engagement, and then reward them Medley points on Medley platform, which they can use to then put towards loyalty things. So there is a more external community aspect we are exploring, but at the minute, it's just focused on the core offering right now.
Perfect. All right. That's amazing. Just let me cool. Is if there's a possibility in the future roadmap where if someone refers someone to join the social media pages, they receive points for referring someone to join. Okay, so it's like the mission, right? So another mission is to join the social media pages, which means like we can verify if someone has either followed a social media page or not. So can that be done right now, or it's in the roadmap?
So in terms of like user referral, we are going to include this, but it's just going to be around products. It's not going to be around sort of growing the socials. That's Medley should do that itself in terms of how the flywheel works. But you will be able to have affiliates promote your paid products, and then you can earn a commission for doing that.
All right, perfect. Okay, so there's a big question from Gabor. All right, so I hope I pronounced the name correct, but I'll just narrate the question. We have a small B2C hot pepper farm and an online store for selling our hot sauces. It's based on WooCommerce. We need to deliver the reward products through a WooCommerce order as a gift, maybe in exchange for a coupon code. All right. So lots of people trust in the local payment methods and not Stripes. For example, they're giving automatically generated invoices for tax reasons in WooCommerce, and of course, GDPR is mandatory in the EU. So somehow they need to connect Medley registered users with their WooCommerce store. So can they do that with Medley? Do you suggest Medley for this?
So
Um,
we don't have WooCommerce integrations at the minute. So if you're looking for all their sort of PII for establishing your tax obligation, probably not the most mature platform for you to do that at this stage.
mhm, got it. And is there any option to ask people to share your post on a social media platform like Facebook Reels, TikTok, etc.? That would be a huge exposure booster in exchange for points, right?
Yes.
In WooCommerce.
It's yeah, something that we've like almost built, but isn't live yet. But yeah, that is in the roadmap.
Got it. All right. That's good to hear. All right, that's perfect. Let me just see. Okay. So there's one more question from Victor. Victor asks, any plans to allow direct integration with some popular email service platforms like ActiveCampaign or ConvertKit? Do you like integrate with these guys? So anyone who has an account with that, you know, they can use Medley with them?
Yes, yeah. So we will be building our own as I sort of touched on earlier, but we will be integrating the likes of ConvertKit, SendGrid, MailChimp, that sort of stuff. But yeah, so there will be alternative integrations for the email newsletters.
Got it. Cool. So Victor actually mentioned the use case for why he requires this or why it should be there. Because can a user track those who open and read X number of emails, newsletters over X days, right? So and reward them directly via Medley. So can a user track those who open and read a number of emails, newsletters in that via
So
Medley?
that's an interesting use case. You haven't really thought about that before. In terms of injecting code on emails, we were doing it for you could see if the user is on Medley and if they have claimed or completed any of your points. And then in the footer of the email, you could say, you're X points away from claiming this reward, complete this mission, sort of thing. And that would just be done from a code, a script. But this also makes quite a lot of sense. It would be hard, I think, to do it for an integration, but we could definitely look at doing it for our own sort of email automation tools.
Got it. Are crypto wallets in the roadmap?
Yes, yeah, they will be. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So, can you show us an e-commerce related showcase, for Medley if any creator has, let's say, had an e-commerce store or they have added physical products to Medley? Can you show them right now?
I can't off the top of my head, but if you message me on Facebook or tag me in one of the LTD
Threads.
posts, and then yeah, just put this question there and tag me, and I'll get back to you.
All right, Gabor. So we can just copy and paste this question into Rocket Hub's official thread for Medkey. I think Ben can get you there. So he can showcase it to you. I mean, if there's any, we can just put this question and tag me and Ben there, so we can get back to you. All right. Okay. So yeah, I think we answered everything. So if anyone has any more questions, just type in the chat box or Q&A box. We are on a roll right now to answer these questions. So if you have anything else, otherwise, yeah, Ben, uh, what do you think? Let's see what else people had. Yeah, related to memberships. People had certain questions because I saw this repeat multiple times. Memberships, will there be memberships with Medley? Or
Yes. So we hope so. In the near future, probably not. But we do again, like one of the use cases or like the profile that we're appealing to is sort of coaches, mentors, educators, etc. So if they have sort of memberships, then yes, we will be looking at integrating that. I think sort of best in class example of this is Kajabi, which I'm sure if you're inquiring about memberships, you will know. They've absolutely nailed this. So we just need to make sure that when we do bring memberships to Medley, it's pretty well done. Otherwise, there's just no point of us even exploring that right now.
makes sense. Cool. All right. So there's one question from Matt. When it comes to integrations, webhooks, Zapier, Pabbly, etc., how will you decide the order of release? Is there somewhere to vote them up?
Yes and no. So at the minute we have a public bug board, and we've taken mainly product and feature requests from our alpha group. But yeah, we will be making a public product request board as well, and then you'll be able to see them in Kanban view, where we select which ones we're doing, give you a priority and a timeline on when it'll be done. So yeah, I can show you the public bug board as well, in one of the threads on Facebook. So you can see exactly what we're working on when.
Perfect. Okay. That's good. So I think we had one more thing in the Medway, which is called competitions, right? So what actually is competitions? Because will there be like ranks given to people once they send, or how is that? How does that work?
Yes, good question. So this is like a very good engagement tool. Creators will be able to say, here's a PS5 on up for grabs. These are the actions that need to be taken, and you can do it in collaboration with other creators or brand sponsors, etc. So this is going to be a really good engagement tool. And yeah, I guess just building on the core platform of Medley, but for maybe, it's more of a lottery type thing. So if you complete all these actions, you will get a lottery ticket into this competition, and then they can choose like a randomized draw or whatever it is. But yeah, that's the thing behind that. And then the creator collaboration to be core there as well, allowing creators to join together and grow both their brands through this sort of competition engagement.
Got it. All right, so two more questions from my end, and I think people have had this. So in the roadmap, we have something mentioned as CRM, and the bracket it is email automation, right? So when you say CRM, can people manage like their contacts and users into the platform? It's like, literal CRM, or it's like more going towards email automation, you know? Can you just clear that air about, so that we know that it's a separate thing and not together?
Yes, so it is more leaning towards email automation, so that would be sort of V1. Ideally, again, we do want this to be like the central place that creators use to grow their brands. So eventually it will sort of flesh out to a full-blown CRM. But yeah, the first iteration will focus entirely on email automations.
Okay, one question about the indexing on Google, right? So let's say many of them might want their medicines to be found in Google search. So can that be done? Let's say editing the meta information, right, of the metadata. They can just edit the meta information, add the meta title, description, or schema. Can that be done? And are these actually indexable in Google? Like, can someone find them?
Yeah, so they are indexable on Google. The little on the profile, if you remember, there's a privacy, your page is private, your page is public toggle. So turning
Mhm.
that on and off should essentially open it up to search or take it out of search. But yeah, I'll get back to you exactly how that works. If you want to tag me again in the Facebook, I can get into that.
All right, perfect. Cool. So great. I think that's it. I think we have answered every question. Anyone has any questions, just put it in the Q&A box. We'll get back to you. All right. So Ben, before we wrap up, any statements for the Rocket Hub community, and I'll announce like what they should do right now. But before I do that, do you have anything to say to them?
No, just I'll be available always to answer questions. I think I recognize a few names from the internal LTD that we did last year. So yeah, hopefully they can vouch for how active and helpful the team is. But yeah, any questions, email us, reach out on Facebook, whatever it may be, and we'll do our best to get back to you pretty quick.
All right, perfect. So everyone who hasn't brought Medi yet, I think you're seeing it right now. Every question you asked, 70% of that or 80% of that is already in the roadmap. So I would recommend you go ahead and grab it from Rocket Up at the moment it's live. Use the code earlybird Medi20 and you will get a 20% off. So go ahead, do it right now, and all right. So thanks, Ben. It's been great. We could wrap it up real quick. Otherwise, webinars go to 2 hours and all. But this one was pretty quick to the point, and we showed how Medic is powerful, what are the use cases, and we talked about the roadmap, stuff like that. So again, thank you so much for joining today.
Cheers, guys. Cheers, Crown.
All
Pleasure.
right, pleasure. Bye bye. See you. Thanks
Cheers.
everyone for joining in. We'll see you in the next webinar. Thank you. Bye bye.